India is the fastest growing economy in the world, but pollution levels continue to rise in the Indian capital of New Delhi. And it's only the start of the day, and the air quality index, or the AQI, in Delhi touched 375 at 7 a.m. today. Delhi-NCR region is even worse, with the air quality index touching 400 in Faridabad and Gurugram. Directed to initiate criminal prosecution against violators of air pollution norms, while the Delhi government said it was fully prepared to implement the odd-even scheme to regulate private vehicles when needed. The Supreme Court appointed Environment Pollution Control Authority's ban on construction and other activities that cause pollution has already come into effect. Meanwhile, the body has urged Delhiites to use public transport for the next 10 days when the air quality is likely to deteriorate further. Keep in mind, private vehicles contribute to 40% pollution in Delhi-NCR, and there are a total of 35 lakh private vehicles in this region. To ease people's travel woes, the Delhi Metro is pitching in. It has introduced 21 additional trains on its network that will provide over 800 additional trips to those using public transport. Now, bad air quality is putting more than 25 million people in Delhi at risk. But air pollution is especially lethal for children below the age of 15, pregnant women and the elderly. Homeless people and low-income section of society are also at heightened risk. And pollution is one of the biggest issues of our times. But what is the cost of battling pollution? The Chinese city of Tangshan, which is a steel-producing hub in northern China, has been battling pollution for several years now. And here's how its war on pollution has turned out.
Year after year, Tangshan has been ranked as one of the most polluted cities in the world. Regarded as a steel-producing hub, the skyline of Tangshan in North China is filled with tall, smoky chimneys. The thick black smoke and particulate matter emanating from these chimneys has turned the air very toxic. But all this changed in July 2017, when the Chinese government decided to shut down 34 of the total 64 major steel production plants in Tangshan. This has resulted in several thousand steel mill workers to be laid off.
Right now, the steel mills aren't allowed to operate. Now we raise pigs, and we even have to build a manure pit to take care of that pollution too, so that we can continue to raise.
With rampant joblessness and with no other major industry to provide jobs that were lost due to the shutdown of the steel production plants, youngsters are migrating to other cities in search of jobs.
The steel industry in this region has not been particularly idle lately. A lot of people have left. There have been a lot of layoffs. The economy nowadays really isn't that good. It's not very ideal.
But the city of Tangshan has set for itself more ambitious targets. The administrators contend that economic growth cannot come at a cost of environment. By 2020, Tangshan intends to phase out all blast furnaces which have a production capacity of less than 1 million tons. And by 2025, no more than 25 steel-producing plants will be allowed to operate.
We have met the environmental targets for this year. We have no reason to relent in our efforts in combating pollution. Some comrades worry whether we would ease the intensity of our pollution controls for some external reasons, which in turn would lead to an increased number of smoggy days and worsening pollution. We clarified that there is no need to stop the efforts we have initiated to curb pollution.
But not everyone is convinced. The war on pollution has brought an abrupt economic slowdown for the residents of Tangshan. They want the government to first address the chronic joblessness due to the shutting down of the steel plants.
How can you ensure economic development and at the same time retain blue skies? I hope there can be better solutions. For our day-to-day life, this sort of change regarding blue skies is good. But I hope the price we pay for it won't be a major sacrifice for the speed of our economic development.
This perhaps is the crux of the debate. By shutting down the polluting industries, the government wants to make Tangshan more livable. But the irony is that the youngsters after the shutdown of the steel plants are migrating out of the city, leaving it deserted. Bureau Report, World is One.